All right, I think we're ready.
Right, yes, we are being live streamed. And here it says, okay. Yep.
I gotta
So I
I gotta organize
guess,
all those live streams.
all
All
right.
right, let me turn that
Still
off. Hold
there's
on a second. Hold on a second. I gotta turn that. Hold on, pause it.
Facebook or YouTube or both or Instagram or what?
YouTube.
YouTube. All right,
Yeah,
great. Because people can see it even afterwards once they
yeah,
have that link.
yeah, yeah.
And also it would be a great thing in terms of like you can reflect upon whatever you talked or something when you see it down the line.
Yeah. So
All
I
right.
put my foot in my mouth. So new book. New book.
Yeah. Can I
Um.
share?
Yeah, I gave you permission already.
Sure.
You don't look too thrilled about this book, Yasmin.
No, not particularly. And
Mhm.
I'm
I
having
think it's mainly because since we started in the middle of the series, I don't understand the relationships between people and how they already know certain characters. Like how did they just come up with the drug dealer's name just like that? And how the
yeah,
police, the Donna and Chris, how they know the murder mystery club or whatever.
so yeah. I'll be honest with you, I'm having a hard time tracking. It's a lot going on.
I have read it 3 times. And I'm like, I have got to be missing something. What am I missing? So I went back and read it again, went back and read it again. I'm like, yeah, something, yeah.
So you think it'd be better if we started with the first book? This is number two. Is this a
This
trilogy?
is four.
Four. This
This
four.
is four. Yeah.
For what I understand, I mean, like uh, they have or he has put many characters in the perspective. That's kind of confusing. Even if I would say here, if I would share with you, can you see 23 characters? So probably that's the kind of a bit of a puzzle. Of course, uh, you have to read it, some of the parts, like if you want to, some of the passages or parts or chapters, so to understand. But
I
the
like it. I
relationship
like how
between
you have Tatiana in blue. That's funny. That is actually
yeah,
funny.
that's like I was putting it blue that it is like a mythical character or
Yeah.
kind of a like how I would say it. I mean, in which background it is being like the kind of the con artists or whatever you call it, they do these kind of businesses. So that's what I said. Maybe it's a real character. Maybe it would come out as something, or I don't know. At the moment, it is a looking
She's
phony
she's
character.
the tender swindler.
Oh, that's a movie. Oh, yeah, that's a movie, isn't it? The Timber
Yeah.
Swindler. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The at reading this book, I'm thinking about these. I don't know if you guys are on TikTok, but the old British guys that are rapping and they're really good at rapping. Have you seen these guys? Two guys.
Mm-mm.
Um, let me see if I can. But it reminds me. This book reminds me every time I'm listening to the book. I'm thinking about these two old white guys who are rapping, and they actually can rap well. Um, let me see if I can pull them up. Let's see what I'm saying.
Yeah, if I shared with you that like what it would look like, even I would like in the first place when I was saying how it would be like imagining those things and that terracotta box or pot or whatever you call it. So scampies. boiled potatoes. So that's the car, kind of car, probably.
So hold
Almira?
on a second. Let me show you guys this.
Uh-huh.
This reminds me of this book. I don't know why. I no, that's the YouTube channel.
There's an element of pittiness because of the age group, because all of them, they are in their 70s and plus, and all of them, like, I don't know what the first book started with, or I mean, at what age group they were. This
You
is,
guys
I
see that?
was, yes,
You guys see
please.
this? This reminds me of this book. Watch this.
Share, share with your,
Did you
share your,
share?
no, I
Is
No,
said
it? It's not
you need
sharing?
to share. You need to share it. I would say stop sharing mine. Then
Yeah,
you
I
can
thought I was
share.
sharing. It told me I
Yeah,
was
now.
sharing.
Yeah, now it is.
Oh, is it sharing now? No, it's not sharing.
We can see your
we
screen
see a
probably.
YouTube.
You do see a YouTube? So
Mhm.
why am I not seeing the YouTube?
I see the crowns and all those kind of antiquities.
Okay.
of
Is it
British.
playing now? Is it playing?
Mm. Yeah.
Is it playing?
Yeah.
Yes, but there's no volume.
You
There's no
need to
sound?
share the, yeah, what you need to do is you need to go and share the wall. I mean, in the Zoom, there is called share sound.
Audio
In this,
section.
yeah, in the Zoom, you need to share. Let me see where it is.
Is it with the microphone? Audio settings.
No, 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 no. In the advanced sharing option. Wait. No, when you share the screen, there
Mm-hmm.
is inside the share, you would see there is called,
Oh, advanced
uh,
sharing options. Okay.
yeah.
No,
No, no, no, no,
it's
not
not.
on advanced sharing options. Once you, let me see, let me share first, and I'll see and I'll take a screenshot of it. When you see the share, not in the share, it should be somewhere else. More. In the more, you will see share computer sound.
I don't have that.
Wait,
All right,
I'll
never mind.
close my
We're
share.
wasting
I'll
time.
close my share.
Just send
You
it to us
go.
in the chat.
Yeah, I'll send it in the chat. We're wasting time.
All right.
That's fine. All right.
Send it, I'll share it. Send me in the chat or even WhatsApp. I will do it.
All right. So
Even if you
meanwhile, let's
WhatsApp.
discuss. Well, let's continue the conversation.
Yeah, we were saying that there is, because of the age, and there is kind of like empathy or pittiness, and like you see, there is everyone has a different perspective. I see that Elizabeth, probably she's more kind of vibrant or more active than the others, and the next to her would be Joyce. I haven't seen others. The police people, they are looking very lazy kind of police. They are enjoying their Christmas or in the New Year. They are in
Yeah,
that mood.
because things shouldn't be happening like this in this community, right?
Yeah, if I don't know how much you know about the. Let me
They
see.
made he Donna or Chris made an arrest on Christmas. I don't remember which one it was, but one of them arrested somebody on Christmas Day.
Yeah, but who did they arrest? What?
They arrested someone for solicitation of a sexual act.
So I missed that. That's good.
That's why you got to read it 3 times.
Did you get the link? Your mic is muted. Mic is muted, Mr. So. Check, check, check. Your mic is muted. Mic is muted.
I opened the other mic actually. And wait, just let me share. Here, share my screen. And here is the YouTube. And let me play probably.
Stepped into the building, changes swinging on my neck, cold rings on my fingers, something on my wrist, tucked into my waist, little semi with a clip, big glass of the Bombay, take a little sip like vintage sticks, little blast from the bars, cold rings click when I pass in the club. Just stepped into the building, show a little face, and I'm back on the road like Dubai trips on a jet plane, bar railings for the watch and the neck chain. Don't want drinks when I land, I'm a sip of chai tea, cause a fly give me neck pain. Mumbai girl for the while she's smiling, I had a notch on a bed frame. Italian suede in the seats of the brand new motor, quick little squirt of the Hagerwood, ooh from Mozambique, got a tailor suit with the bros on feet. I'm in Casablanca, blowing Jack Aranda with the AC blowing in the driver's seat. Talk to the platinum hands, I'm a timepiece boy, cause the face ain't listening. Shining, glistening, look at these diamonds dance while I stepped inside of the building. Changes swinging on my neck, gold rings on my fingers, something on my wrist, tucked into my waist, little semi with a clip, big glass of the Bombay, take a little sip like vintage sticks, little blast from the bars, gold rings click when I pass in the club. Just stepped into the building, show a little face, and I'm back on the road like quick neck down to the strip, got gold in my wrist and a side bag packed full of clips. Strapping up my back, would get that lit, then pass that round to the left like this. Smoke in my lungs, toting a gun, I can never be broke, got a load of the funds. Cash in the bank, antiques in the yard, make money when I speak, you're lucky I don't charge. Right, bigger than a bar, big dough, time ticking on the mark, wristwatch, need a break from the bar, chip shop, side chick sitting in the car worth pissed off. Let me tell you something, bad boys like us, we ain't here for the chit chat. You can tell we ain't here for the games by the way we look when the boys stepped into the building. Changes swinging on my neck, gold rings on my fingers, something on my wrist, tucked into my waist, little semi with a clip, big glass of the Bombay, take a little sip like vintage sticks, little blast from the bars, gold rings click when I pass in the club. Just stepped into the building, show a little face, and I'm back on the road like
So I think this book reminds me of these guys.
All right.
It reminds me of the lifestyle these guys are living at such an old age, you know.
Yeah, like still like even at this age, they have, I mean, a group of the same age group, and whatever they could enjoy the most, they are doing it. Yeah. So I was even phrasing down this one, if you can. I was thinking if there will be other participants, probably you guys are more aware of Afghanistan, Moldova, London. That's the heroin track that they were saying. So I was thinking maybe when the story would develop into something, and here is the Titania, what is the name? That girl, supposedly that
Tatiana.
Tatiana from Lithuania, the European. So I would just put the mark and put that. As Mr. Sajid says, that the story still at the moment is taking place in one place. So it has that character inside in it. And you feel like a bit of sympathy for almost everybody, almost. Ron is the odd one out. As he says that he fills the gap. He fills, what you call, what word she used? He fills the...
Gives it some flavor or something, she said.
Yeah, something like adds color to the group or something like that.
Some flavor, something, yeah.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. So, have everybody read to the same point, or some people have not?
I finished chapter 16. I stopped.
Okay, so
all of part 1.
Yeah, all part 1, yeah. So there is a story developing, there is some suspense, and if you see, there are lots of threads. The narcotics trail, the murder trail, and what you call that kind of all sorts of those, what you call it, the dark world, what you call it, dark world
Dark world,
businesses.
yeah.
Yeah, the dark world businesses are going on.
The underbelly, underworld.
Underworld.
Yeah.
So all sorts of underworld. So probably it would be good opportunity to see how the underworld businesses are going on in different.
I think what's confusing for me is this. It seems like everybody's into like criminal activity, from plagiarizing Picasso's to like,
yeah. Where is
what?
that one? Where is that one?
And
I had
even the
it.
therapist, I'm like, how do therapists know who the drug dealer is?
Right.
See,
What's
the
going on here?
Picasso. I just took the Picasso signature here, and this is AI created image, and I put the Picasso here on top here. If you see on the right side here,
That is a cool painting, man.
Yeah, but
But
this is not by Picasso, but it's the kind of painting he used to do.
right.
Kind of counterfeits.
Yeah. I mean, on the same lines, if you see that, it's like, so, I mean, probably those people, they understand their own language, maybe when they would see as whoever is dealing with whoever, what is that, Mitchell March or what, Mitch March? Yeah, Mitch Maxwell.
Mitch Max, yeah.
Mitch Maxwell, the heroin dealer. Kelly.
It's interesting. It's interesting that they did such a harsh drug. Heroin is a horrible drug. It's probably the worst. It's the worst drug I think out ever.
Almost. I mean, horrible. Like next to is the ice now.
Well, yeah, ice is pretty bad.
Yeah.
But I think you can get. I think heroin is the worst. I mean,
it's almost like one of those. It destroys the nerves. It destroys the nerves.
Extremely addictive.
Yeah.
Extremely addictive.
There is one cocaine dealer here. What was that? Her name? That was in the
Connie
prison. Louise? No, Connie Johnson.
Connie Johnson, yeah.
Here,
so has this been made into a movie or a TV series? This reads like a TV series.
I think it's a very new one. Nothing has been made yet, probably. I'm not so sure. But it's a very recent one. Like I think it came out in 2024.
Okay.
So this year. So probably he would be
because they were mentioning COVID. So I'm like, it was pretty new.
They did mention COVID. Yeah, you're right.
Again?
Yeah.
They mentioned COVID. So it was after 2020, 21.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they said COVID was a hoax. Somebody thought COVID was a hoax, so she didn't trust the police.
She didn't trust the police because that's right.
The tea shop owner.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to figure out how all this is going to come together.
Even I was like, I was trying to feel the feeling. You remember when Connie Johnson got a bit like kind of annoyed that how they would cross line each other, like the cocaine dealer, it's a separate network, and the heroin dealer is a separate network. So you can understand, for us from far away, it's all fish to us. But when it goes, this is different kind, this is a different kind.
And he was saying that he cannot do grassing.
Yeah, because
he would tell them to some extent, but not completely. So his colleagues might not be in trouble.
Yeah. And can you imagine that even by naming the simple stuff, and that Connie was able to kind of pinpoint what's going on. She understood what's going on. So these characters, they have their own underworld, like a whole, like kind of a different network. So there is a world which is going on in a normal life, and then this is like, and I didn't see too much of an anomaly, but I was seeing that police network is quite, I mean, I don't know what's this, the new lady who has come from the NCA, Jill. Yeah, Jill Reagan. So what's she's going to do? And also I think from there are some threads for the new stuff, that the last two calls on his mobile. One was that to, what was the professor in Canterbury?
Nina.
Mishra. Nina, yes. Nina, and then there was a, what was 177 call or something like
777.
077. Yeah, something like, yeah. So, and also, what do you think about that? The two characters, the one who has moved in newly, that Edwin Mayhem, and that big, what was that? Big, that was on the funeral.
Big Dave.
Big Dave, yeah. Yeah. What do you think of them? Any of them are going to be somewhat?
I thought that it seemed like they weren't going to be like major players. These are the guys that were at the funeral, right?
Yeah.
He said he was going to kill. He said he was going to. It's like, no, or maybe get arrested. Maybe we'll, you might want to arrest them. No, we're going to kill them. Do you think they were major players? I thought maybe they had. I don't know. This book is so all over the place. They might come in and be.
Yeah, as you said, it has many threads, or just like, because it's a building up of the story. We have read like almost how much, 75. So we can say we have read around 25% of the book. So, I mean, up till now, what they have got, the leads, they have got the guy or a gentleman with a fine dress, and they have somewhat kind of that, what was the name of the Mitch's assistant? Dom, yeah. So he was like in a nice suit, so nice overcoat or raincoat or nice overcoat is one of the leads that is going to link them or link him to somewhat, and then somehow is going to come out. I mean, this nice dress and nice gentleman. So this is probably going to give the lead for, and also I don't know what's in it for.
Can I just to acclimate me? Just so I'm on the right track here. So ultimately, what they're trying to do is figure out who killed Kadesh, right? At the end of the day, is that right? Right. Yes. And they're also trying to figure out why he was there, and because they're accusing him of selling heroin, right?
Isn't
that the accusation?
Kind of, they were, because the guy who was their friend, or the Stephen's friend, so they didn't see him until all his life, like that, like stealing or doing something. Right. So it's like kind of mystery or ununderstandable,
out of character. This would be out of character for
out of character. Yeah.
When you have all these other characters that would be aligned with this nonsense, because everybody is doing something wild, right? But this is out of character for him, right? Am I on the right track?
Yeah,
it was out of character, but it was still known for like people in his position to be kind of like the drug fence or whatever.
But if you read that part, when he was having the Kuldesh's narrative, that he opened the shop after the Boxing Day, and there are people, or on the Boxing Day.
It was the day after Boxing Day. It was the 27th.
After Boxing, yeah. So when he opened it up, there would be not too many customers, and even when they saw the inventories, probably they got only 3 sales there, and that sale, the other sale was not like mentioned. That guy who came in, and like it was not a sale, it was like he purchased it, and then somebody is going to come next day and pay him 500. So at the moment,
you didn't find it odd that that he didn't like blink at that? Like he was just expected to do it.
See, if you see the first letter, the first part, when it is showing that he kept the box away to keep him alive, like kind of a bond, because he's not carrying the box. So it means they will not kill him, because if they kill him, they will not be able to find the box. So this is his kind of a safe game from his perspective. But what I understood was that he was clear that he's giving 50 and he's getting 500, so that's enough for him. He doesn't have like kind of a big, but when he's probably, as he said, that he would go to Google and then search it, that how much it would cost, or that pot. I don't know. So like terracotta pot, whatever he would how much it would be. So
No, he was searching for the price of heroin and cocaine.
yeah, yeah. So it would probably could have intrigued him, could have made him
So you
to
think
jump out of his character.
he was trying to sell it on his own so he could get the money?
No, I think it's gonna be more complicated than that. It has to be. And he has to
Because I'm
there has to
wondering
be
what was the catalyst of making him
right
go beyond the
to that
plan?
extreme.
Because the plan was he was just supposed to hold the box until the next day. Somebody
yeah,
was
we
gonna
are,
come by, and that was supposed to be the end of it. But
yeah,
something happened to where
yeah, we are almost like a Tuesday murder club. So we are talking the same kind of sense that those guys were talking, that we are clueless about why Kuldesh acted out of his character. So we are probably at the same kind of.
Yeah, but don't you believe it has to be something more complex
Yes, I do
than
believe,
simply?
because I mean, nobody at the age of 80, he would try to go out of his character for no reason. I mean,
Yeah,
just
why
like,
and would he need money? Like, would money be the motivating factor? There's nothing to
I don't
suggest that, right?
I don't think so, because he has nothing. Even if he would leave $1 or £1 or 1 million pound, it would not benefit him in any way.
And he doesn't have family, right? There's
He
no
doesn't have
real
any
family.
family, no real
Right.
family.
So what would be at that age? What would be the motivation, unless he was trying to help someone? Tatiana.
One of the last hurrah before he died. Last adventure.
And he knows, didn't he say in the beginning, didn't he say like this was a dangerous thing that he was doing? Didn't he?
Yeah.
Then he sees the flash.
Yeah, before that, even when he's sitting in the car, so if you remember that, but the kind of thing he's thinking about, that at his age, if he has nothing to care about, carelessness or kind of fearlessness. I mean, but as you said, and also we are also on the similar note as probably Elizabeth or Joyce or Ibrahim, that they are thinking in the same kind of a thing, that what is the motivation, what is the reason how he went out of his character. Probably they could understand that somebody would bring in something for 50 pounds and then next morning but why he went out of his character. And I still have to bind this kind of that business going on, that one, what you call it, internet fraud, or what they were saying.
Playing from Yasmin's S21 Ultra.
That kind of what was called that, Ray? What was it called? That kind of intimate fraud or something?
It's called what is it called?
Intimate fraud or something, internet-based intimate fraud or something.
Yeah, it's there's a term for
romance fraud.
Romance fraud. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, it has been in the market for a long time.
A long time, from the beginning of the internet.
Yes, even sometime before, because I read something like I read about a lady living in America. It was a real story, and she was like in her late 50s, around 60s, 50s, late 50s, and she was given the kind of pictures of a young man from somewhere, like the guy who projected his figure was somewhere like from Africa, but he was Caucasian, and then she got hooked up to that mine. But the guy is working on like there are people who are running that whole business model. They are like, if I should have pulled out that kind of a thing, that how maybe next time I'll do that, how that kind of business is run. I mean, there is a supervisor and he's giving them a 24/7. I mean, like there are shifts and each one has a script. So how they do, how
Well,
they even.
it's the same thing they do in India with the computer fixing scam. They say, you know, you got a virus on your computer, we can fix your computer. It's the same. It's a business. It's a whole business. Like people go
Even
on shifts and got insurance and like it's a real
I
business
I
of
met
scamming
somebody.
people.
Yeah, I met few people from. They were claiming to be. Somebody called me, and he called me as business expert. He called me as a business expert or consultant for him as an accounts. And then he said to me, there are some people they claim to be doctors and they came from UK. And when I went there, and I came, I mean, immediately when I met them, and they came from Ghana, looks to me, I mean, the kind of language and all those kind of things. So it was a kind of a scam. So there are many. They are trying to do those kind of things. So even they have a full kind of profiling. They do it, and then
They're trying to pass as legitimate people.
yes, you can say that they pass internet. They use the internet medium to pass. So whatever, if you see I will try to make a kind of a thing that how this thing is in the real sense, in the on the ground, how it is done, and how it is projected to the people who are like the end victims of it, end users or end victims of that kind of a thing. So that's and they just milk it. They don't slaughter the cow. They just milk it little
Yeah,
by
they milk
little,
it
little by
little by little. Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
They don't want to slaughter it. And
Um,
as you said, the same kind of things, like this. Sometimes somebody took out the money from here. Somebody just lost a flight, and she was stopped by the what you call it, the immigration or something here, there, all those kind of things.
yeah, that also reminds me of the what's it, Messamere, the cartoon Messamere County, the Saudi
Uh,
cartoon.
I think so. I heard of it.
There's an episode of you know what I'm talking about, right?
I
There's
think
an
so.
episode. There's an episode where this is the movie or is it? I can't remember if it's a movie or the series
I think
where
it's a series.
no, but there's a movie also,
All right.
and there's there's an episode there or a part of the movie where there's a lady. She's a Saudi lady, and she owns a date farm,
Uh-huh.
but she's now playing like a game like Candy Crush on her.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
she sees her granddaughter playing the game, and she tells us granddaughter, "Hey, look, you got to do your homework. Stop, get off the game." So granddaughter goes and does her homework, and she takes the game and she starts playing the game, and she downloads the game on her phone. Now she's addicted to the game, right? But in order to play the game, you have to maintain a date farm. But she actually
uh,
has a date farm, right? So
uh,
she's putting so much money in this virtual
date
date
farm.
farm
Oh,
that she's letting her own date farm like
The real
uh
farm go to
the
waste.
real go to waste. So in the app, every
yeah.
time it's time to ask the lady for some money, right? It's like some Bengali guy. He'll go, Madam, we need more money for shovels. We need more. meanwhile, meanwhile, the actual worker, he's waiting for her to open the door. The actual workers They're waiting for her. And she's just like totally neglected the real date farm. But that is
If you if you
it's a
see those,
real thing.
I
People
mean
get
those. Yeah, go ahead.
no, I was just saying that, they're actually touching on a real thing. Do you think the whole thing with Marvin, is that supposed to be like the comedy relief of this? To kind of bring down everything, the seriousness of this? Or
Yes,
is this
probably.
or is this whole thing comedy? Is this whole thing
I
comedy?
I think it's the kind of a probably the need. I mean, there was a tension or situations, and so that to pacify that, probably they brought in the character of Marvin.
Because these are some serious topics. We're talking about
Yeah,
drug
they are
trade,
reality.
like,
These are reality. I mean, think like
but
when you were talking about this one, it was striking to my mind the new. If you know, I mean, there are lots of stuff either in the name of those games, or in the name of they call it virtual profile. What you call that one? The person's virtual image. What you call that one? What is the terminology for that term they use? That you have your virtual character living in a virtual world.
avatar.
So that avatar, so people, even as you just were mentioning about the farm, so the avatar, the kind of dresses, the virtual dresses, haircut, the look, I mean, different kind of things. And some of them are free, some of them you have to buy. And then you kind of decorate your avatar. And then there is a kind of real life in there, and there is a world out there. Did you remember there was one Japanese guy who got married to a virtual person, virtual love or something like that, a few years ago? Or
Well, listen, I'll admit, I probably invested 2 or 3 thousand, not invested, wasted is the right word, in Roblox for the kids.
That's what my mind went to. I'm like, yeah, that sounds just like Roblox.
Yeah,
Get you some
it's
blocks,
basically
bucks.
it's Roblox, the Robux or whatever. I mean, not invested. I wasted this money until one day I was like, you guys gotta find a new game, um, because and it's the same deal here. So like to really dig deep, is this book really saying that we're all scamming? Like everything's really a scam? And that's why
see,
they introduced the Marvin character to say like the whole like drug
And is that
trade.
why they introduced the Samantha character? Because we don't know Samantha's purpose
Hmm.
in the book. Like, why is she mentioned? How is she going to be connected to the murder?
Yeah.
The
Yeah, what was
Picasso
that whole thing about?
forger. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
what's her purpose?
And was
probably that's
Kadesh.
a character, kind of a character of the underworld. That's how the underworld businesses of. I think he's trying to um, bring in all those kind of underworld businesses like forgery and like any kind of depiction of something of real stuff. There, he's
Or
trying
is
to
he
bring in.
or is he trying to say that we all tolerate this at some level because we're all participants of it on some level? Is
That
that something
kind
else that
of
he could be possibly saying? That,
probably kind of
using it
suggesting.
in a very allegoric way, that you have
Yeah,
these very old
suggesting.
people, who should be, knitting and playing
Bridge.
bocce, bridge, that they're into
Poker or
because
whatever.
yeah, they're into this these things that they should be into because we're all at the end of the day, we're all contributors to our own vices. We all
Yeah, these are.
tolerate it on some
Yeah,
level,
I mean,
and
some of them.
that would explain the Tatiana Marvin deal, and it would also explain Samantha. Just one bit of another character who's into something that seems to be kind of harmless, right? But it actually creates other issues because those things fund the ability to move the drugs, these little harmless things. I don't know. I'm hoping because right now to me the part one read to be more like a very comedic, very light. even though there's
Yeah.
some heavy topics. I'm wondering if part 2 is going to get more serious and more deeper. If there's going to be a
Probably.
shift in tone, or it's going
Yeah,
to
of
maintain this
course.
kind of
I mean, I was
lighthearted
thinking when you were suggesting that, and when you were asking that, like about this, what you call a signature forging of for Picasso and others thing. So I was thinking maybe there are more to come. Maybe there are more to come that in this whole scenario. But it could be suggesting or bringing out those things which we, as part of the society, we keep our eyes closed or we just ignore it. It's just like normal. But in the other sense, if you see from the perspective of or that kind of a frame of reference, or with that perspective, that if you see that those underworld people, how they would know and mark each other, and they would know about each other, what's the underworld, how the businesses they are run in that kind of underworld, all this kind of businesses in. And he's bringing in the British background, that how it is played up in the British. There are more to it. I mean, I have friends from England, from Birmingham, from London, and there are lots of other kind of networks which are like gangs of different sorts. Probably he's not touching on those, or at the moment, I don't know. It could be that he would bring in those as well, because as long as there are some realities, either it could be pacifier, or either it could be just a kind of a curtain raiser, whatever it could be.
Yeah, I'm
Mr.
interested in
Sajid is
reading.
Mr. Sajid is very quiet today. What happened? His mic is still on, or he's still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening you, all guys. I would
Yes,
add
go
that a parallel underworld is running along with this physical world.
You mean physical? Both are physical, but mean
Both
like
are physical, yeah. But a parallel system is running
all right.
What we call underworld.
What do you think
So
about those two characters? I mean, like they are very little told about, but one of them is little more told about. Emmy, you know Emmy Peach, the forensic officer. Between Mitch, not Mitch, what you would call it, it's Chris.
I would add.
Go ahead.
Yes, go ahead, Miss Yasmin.
No, Sajid. No, Dr.
Sajid.
I see that author also highlights through Elizabeth and Joyce that wisdom and capability are not limited to official roles, showing how passion and experience can drive meaningful contribution.
All right. Yes, Miss Yasmin was saying something.
No, that was not me.
No,
all right.
That was Ray Roberts. That was Ray Roberts.
All right, Ray.
So we can get some focus here. What is the expectation? What expectations do you like? I think every book that we have read thus far, there has been some type of expectation that we could perceive, that we could gather from the book. You know, every book that we've read. Do you guys have any expectations of this book as far as where it should go? Because I'm not quite sure where this book is going.
It can't be any worse than the last book. With how it goes at the end.
Right. But you had an expectation of where it was going to go, right? Right?
Yeah, there is tracking the murder.
Since this is the fourth book in the series, and they have a club called the Murder Club, and they're known for solving murders. I'm assuming they're going to solve the murder. I don't think there's going to be any surprise there. They're going to solve the murder.
Yeah,
definitely.
It is the fourth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sajid.
Definitely, Thursday Marriage Club succeeds in the end, and they would trace out the murderer.
Okay, I agree with that, but But is it your standard Murder She Wrote where you kind of know how it's going to end, or do you think it's going to be some type of like wow factor at the end?
No wow factor uh, because they go beyond their potential, they work beyond their potential. They don't work like official things, and their genius is much more than officials, and they belong to
So you're
different.
basically saying this reads like a Murder She Wrote. You know, they're more smarter. They're smarter than everyone else. They're eventually going to get it. Something's going to click.
Yeah,
That'd
they
be
will.
interesting. Yeah. But
Elizabeth is a kind of clever person. Joyce is friendly. Ron is a bold person, and Ibrahim is critical thinking. So all these combined, and in the end, they will sort out this problem.
oh, by the way, did you see that Kathy Bates is playing Matlock? Did you see that, Yasmin?
Mm.
She's playing. There's a new version of Matlock, and Kathy Bates is Matlock, which should be interesting because she's a great actress. Just FYI.
Did
Kathy?
it? Did the book tell us how old Donna and Chris were? Like
Probably
to
this is
me, I said I assume that they're younger than the
I
Thursday
don't
Murder
think so.
Club members.
If you see this one, if you know Donna, it looks to me, whereas I have written somewhere
No, Donna and
here.
Chris is definitely younger than these guys. I don't think
No,
they're
I think Donna's mom. She said mom, and then like so. This what was the lady of that lady's name who was going to propose?
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't know. Maybe I would have taken it wrong, but I was thinking that he was saying the mom you're going to propose, and I don't know. Maybe both are young. I took it as one of
I thought
them
they were
is
middle.
younger.
I thought they were middle-aged cops. I don't think they were. I don't think they're extremely young, but they're not. They're definitely not of the age of
Yeah,
the Thursday Murder Club.
Yeah, of course they
yeah.
are
I was
not of
thinking
that.
middle ages since Chris was supposedly, like in charge,
Yeah,
and then
she's in
that lady
charge.
came in
She
and
running the
took
show.
over.
So she has to at least at least be in her 40s or late
Yeah.
30s.
If probably Donna looks to me younger, and Chris's character probably little older. I don't know how much, but I think they are not of the same age group, the both of them. But they are young still. Anyway, there is one more thing. If I correctly get your question, Ray's question, that what the book is going to highlight. One is that how you enjoy in the old age and still like you keep yourself thrilled. This is one factor. Second thing, that those things which are going around us and we are kind of unaware of that. So that is the thing. And of course, there is a murder trail. So they are going to dig out that murder trail. And there are something into the heroin trail because now the NCA is involved. So NCA means there is something like big going on, or they have it they have it on their radar that something is there. That's why they brought in NCA, because these were out of the bound or these kind of boundaries, or they would not have that scope of things what was going on in terms of that drug dealing of heroin.
A kind of moral approach, because it's saying that we don't value our older people, and if we value them, if we give them proper environment, so they can produce better results, even better than our departments.
This was a little bit of an if I have kept it, I was thinking I'll just keep quiet on that. But I was thinking that this is the anomaly that normally the police would not show that, because once I remember once they know that some crime has happened, they even trace down all the cameras, CCTV cameras on that road, linking to that road, because this is how the safe city projects are run. So they see this bike here going there. I mean, I don't even know. There are 2 times they mentioned the bike, and then the
Yeah,
CCTV
but
cameras.
I thought there was a track. Didn't they track the car? Didn't I thought there was a tracking of
The
the car?
trail
no,
went nowhere.
the trail, because they would change the tires. So the trail went, I mean, they had the tires, impression of the tire, that how it would be, what kind of tire, what you call it, the pattern on the tire. But of course, they would change it as you saw that part of the country, or that part of that outskirts of the city, suburban area, where they have all kind of illegal businesses, except for the one which was dealing the
Wine.
sparkling wine, or that. So this is going to be, I mean, I see it, NCA got involved. So they are going, I don't know, this is the anomaly, that why they haven't seen the camera recordings of that, like all the, if Elizabeth could go and Joyce could go and they could find it out from, and probably there is only one answer to that, that old lady, or whatever, the lady that was working there, she was like kind of like not feeling, giving into the police officers and thinking like that, so it could affect his sales or whatever. So I don't know what this lady Nina, what is she holding for? Is it going to be something like a new area of those, what you call that one? We read the book, Maidens.
It's just a corruption in the university.
Yeah, something like, but I'm
Yeah,
not
I hope
so
not,
sure.
because then that goes down a different road. Listen, I'm already going
Yeah,
in many directions now. All right, I think we need to wrap it up.
Yeah.
How many pages are we gonna read? All of part 2, or what are we gonna do?
I don't know how you would like to read it. Let me see. We have read until like 75. Let me go to the initial part. How many chapters we have? 89. So we have read until 16.
How many chapters in part
part
2?
Part 2 is a bit longer chapter,
Ooh.
67 chapters. And the last is like around 89, 20 chapters. So let's say, for example, if we see if we
How
want to do it in
how many pages how many pages? Because the chapters might be short. So how many
30,
pages?
let me see.
Where does part 2 end?
Part 2. $242.
Ooh,
It's
that's
long.
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's
what do you
say,
guys want to do? Half of that, or
I was thinking if we make it like 80 chapters, 89, 90. So if we divide 90 by 4, we read 16 chapters up till now. So if we go by pages, probably 35 chapters. Let me see. 35. 144.
so half? Okay.
Yeah. So 35 chapter, we can do that. It would be like 147 page. Yeah.
So we'll stop at we read up till chapter 35, or we
Yeah.
read chapter 35, right?
Yeah. I think. Yeah, we read till the end of chapter 35. What do you think, Ms. Jasmine?
That's fine.
Fine with you?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Sajid, I have a couple of things to ask you or talk to you about it. Maybe we can stop the recording at this point.
Right. So let me do that. Start the recording. Oh, come on. Oh, hold on. I do that from the inside. Come on, Ray Roberts. Stop recording. How do I do that? More. Uh,